Hey guys, today and this week on the Daily Mastermind, I want to talk to you about reshaping your identity and really 10xing everything that you're doing. Why am I talking about this? Well, at the end of this week on Thursday, we're actually launching an Academy Live event, which is going to be talking all about a major growth strategy that I believe can help you to grow your business. And that strategy is creating authority in the marketplace. It's the way that you're going to be able to cut through the noise, cut through all the people that are using AI and trying to become experts and truly dominate your space. And that's going to require you to be able to create authority. And to do that, I believe one of the biggest hurdles people have is reshaping their identity and finding ways to truly stretch their thinking and become 10x thinkers. So this whole week, we're going to be talking about that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday leading up to our event, which is on Thursday night. So I hope you'll join me and look at the links in the show notes for more details. All right, welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. And today I want to talk to you about creating a 10x plan for the rest of the year and into next year. So let's start with the quote of the day. Now, I want to just mention to you, sometimes I have people ask me why I do the quote of the day. It's not just to do quotes. I want you to realize that the goal of the Daily Mastermind is to challenge your mind every single day. It's to get you to a point where you're constantly aware of what it is you're doing in your life and how you're living your life. And so the quote of the day today is one of those great examples that you can use in your life. It's by Tony Robbins, and the quote is, "Successful people ask better questions and get better answers." So think about that for a minute. Successful people ask better questions. This goes straight to the point of the Daily Mastermind, which is that we believe that your thoughts create your life. And your thoughts come from questions that you ask yourself. So ask yourself these important questions. How are you doing this year? How are you finishing out the year? And more importantly, are you happy and satisfied right now with the results that you've received so far this year? Because if you're not happy with the results you've had, you've got to ask yourself why. Why not? What's holding you back? What is it that you're struggling with? What is it that you're having problems with in your business or in your day-to-day scheduling or your time? What is it that's holding you back from creating the results that you really truly want to get? And what do you need to do differently? What is it that you need to do just to the next level? Because keep in mind, we're not done with the end of the year. This year is not over yet. And successful people will push through the year, through the finish line. They're not just going to get to the finish line. So if you're already telling yourself that your goals maybe haven't been accomplished, you're really selling yourself short. So ask yourself, what is it you've struggled with this year? What is it you need to do differently? What are the questions that you can drill down into to take it to the next level? And how are you approaching your life right now? Do you find yourself getting really excited and really starting to kick butt and take names at the beginning of the week, but trailing off at the end of the week? I would really like you to consider 10xing everything that you're doing. You've heard me talk a lot about this lately, this whole 10x concept. And of course, Grant Cardone talks about 10x, but he talks about it in a little bit different way than I have recently, where 10x is not just doing more. It's not just doing more. And I referenced this book by Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy called 10x is Easier Than 2x. And I've been doing it a lot lately for a couple reasons. Number one, if you're creating a vision of what you want to accomplish next year in your life, you've got to decide whether that's a 2x vision or a 10x vision. See, a 10x vision is one that's going to really work on the quality of what you're trying to accomplish. And a 2x is just going to be doing a lot more of what you're already doing. And, the 10x concept, for example, Grant Cardone talks about doing a lot more. When I've learned a lot of these principles lately, and I've talked about them with this idea of 10x is easier than 2x, when I do that, what I'm saying is that when you shift the way you look at things, then you're going to change what you do, how you do it, the way you approach it, and this whole concept of 10x is easier than 2x is one that I want to kind of drill down deeper into this week. I want to talk to you a little bit more about it. So why would you want to 10x your goals and your dreams when maybe you're struggling to 2x your goals and your dreams? Well, I'm going to drill into this week over the next couple of days some of the principles and concepts of this idea of 10x is easier than 2x that's shared by Dan Sullivan and Benjamin Hardy. And I do recommend the book. It's a great book. It's very practical. But what we're going to talk about is reshaping three core areas of your life. There's three core areas that we share in this concept of 10x is easier than 2x. I'm going to drill into them this week, but just to give you kind of a high level of these, the three areas that you really need to kind of reshape in your life. And this is something that's going to take you through the end of the year and into next. And so it's real critical right now that you drill down into these things as you plan out the vision of your coming years and through the rest of the month here. And there's three core areas that you got to look at. You've got to look at your identity, you've got to look at your time, and you've got to look at your leadership. Your identity, your time, and your leadership. Now, what we're talking about here is we're talking about real qualitative, not quantitative things. In other words, we're not talking about more time and more detail around your leadership. We're talking about internal thinking, because we know that your internal thinking is going to lead to your external results. It's that whole concept of the roots create the fruits, right? So when we're talking about identity and time and leadership, we're talking about how do you see yourself? What kind of identity are you shaping your goals and desires and dreams around? Because your identity is going to shape how you react to things. Your identity is going to shape how you view what you've done this year and what you're going to be doing next year. So your identity is going to be something that's a core area that you've got to shift in. You've got to shift because it'll help you to create more results, and it's going to help you to view your results differently and view your time differently. And then time is obviously something we're going to dig deep into, because your time is something that it's not just a matter of how you spend your time to get more productive. It's about the quality of your time. It's about the depth of your time. It's about getting a return on your time, not just in the results, but in the quality of the time that you're putting in. What is the return you're getting on your time? And then obviously leadership is going to help you to go to the next level. Leadership is something that's going to help you to attract more of the who that you need in your business, the people, and help to take individuals maybe in your organization or in your surroundings to the next level. And so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'd like to talk to you about your identity, your time, and your leadership. And then on Friday, what I want to do is I want to get right into probably one of the most core concepts of this idea of 2x is easier than, or 10x is easier than 2x. And that is that a 10x life is going to require you, and I'm talking about a 10x results, 10x your identity, 10x your time. I'm talking about going to a massive new level at the end of the year and next year. It's going to take letting go of about 80% of your current life, meaning your current views, your current projects, your current priorities. Why is that? We're going to dig deep into that, because 2x is about doing twice as much of what you're already doing. When you do more of what you're already doing, you're going to get more of what you've already got. 10x is about doing new things. It's about getting out of the box and reshaping what you believe is possible in almost those impossible type goals. But what you're going to find as we dig into it is that it's really not impossible goals. It's impossible goals when you look at it from your current and your past identity. But when you start to shape your identity and your time and your leadership, you're going to find that 10x is actually much easier, but it's going to be about letting go of 80% of what you're doing and then 10xing the 20% that is really the best of what you're currently doing. And so we're going to show you how you can leave room for much more expansion. And this goes straight to the heart of quality versus quantity in your life. So I think it's very important this week that you really set some time aside for the 5-10 minutes I'm going to share each day. I respect your time. I know you've got a lot going on, but that's why I want to give you these daily nuggets. And so what I want to do is I want to drill real deep into your identity, your time, your leadership, and this concept of the 80-20 principle, this 80-20 principle that's shared in the book. I think this is a great book to use as a framework for you to push forward in your life. So if you haven't picked up a copy, pick up a copy. My goal is not to really summarize the book. It's just to share a few of the concepts that I think will help you as a framework, so that as the next 2 or 3 weeks go by and we help you to next level your end of year, we can also shape and frame what you're going to do this next year. What are you going to do that's really going to take your life to the next level? How do you 10x the quality of your life? So that's my message for today. I want you to do me a favor, like and subscribe the podcast so that you know you're not missing any of these episodes. And then do me a favor and share this episode. I really want to get as many people as possible in this particular week in order to help them to really get to the next level with their end of the year and set themselves up for next year, because we have a lot of really great things coming up this next year. Also, I'm going to be kicking back off the Academy starting Thursday. So for those of you that don't know this, we're going to kick off the fact that you'll be able to join our Academy free of charge. This is usually a private group for members where we get deep into the strategies and tactics. The Daily Mastermind is designed to give you that inspiration, motivation, and education, but the Academy on Thursday nights at 6:30 Mountain Time in the U.S., this is the time that we get into more strategies and tactics. This will be mind, money, and business. This will be marketing, and it'll be growth strategies. So join me on that. You can look for the show notes here. You can also look into our social media channels. You'll see some links to be able to join us on our Thursday night call. But I really look forward to talking with you more. Have an amazing day. Once again, my name is George Wright III, and this has been the Daily Mastermind. Talk to you tomorrow.